Hi, I'm Mark out at the gun club with you today to try out a brand new pistol, a Walther PPQ Q5 Match 9mm. Let me show it to you in the box right quick, and then we'll go out here, get it sighted in. It's got a fully adjustable rear sight, a lot of other features that I'll talk to you about in just a few minutes. Let me show it to you in the box, and we'll get out here and shoot it in just a minute. So here is the gun from the side. It's in the case here. If you're looking for one of these and looking into these, you've no doubt seen the unboxing of them 100 times. This is the gun from the side. It's a big 9mm, the Q5 Match. It's got these cutouts on the slide, which the only purpose I believe that they serve is to reduce the weight of the slide somewhat. It can be kind of front heavy, but because of the size of it, but overall the balance of it feels very nice. And I'm going to shoot it here and find out for sure here in a minute. But it comes with 3 magazines, a load assist over here, comes with 2 back straps, and it comes with 3 plates, 3 of these plates that will accommodate 7 or 8 of the most popular red dot sights. It is MOS ready. It is drilled and milled for these MOS plates to accept a red dot sight. Only downside to this is when you take this plate off to put these on, you lose the rear sight. So that's an issue with it as far as a defensive handgun, but more to some people than to others, and you might be able to work that out. And I'll be checking to see if I can work that out with the Vortex Venom that I have and an elevated suppressor sight. So other than that, that's the gun. It's got a few parts here. It's got a sight adjustment. The sight on this gun is fully adjustable. When it says match, it means it's ready to come out of the box and go shoot in a competition if that's what you would like to do with it. It's a gun that a lot of you know that I generally just get guns that are functional for self-defense. You'll have to excuse that. There's a lot of noise to the left of me over here, some loud shooting with rifle on steel. But that's the gun right there. Lock, case, everything comes with it here. The Walther PPQ Q5 Match. And this trigger, I should mention, is extraordinarily good. It's not light. The trigger comes in at 5.5 pounds, and you think, well, that's not a match trigger. That trigger ought to be 2.5 pounds. No, what determines how good it is for a competition trigger, or how good it is in general, is not how heavy the trigger pull is, but how long or short it is. And this one is very short and crisp. The reset is very short, kind of like a Smith & Wesson M20, but better. So I'm going to try out now the PPQ Q5 Match from Walther, and get it sighted in a little bit, get used to it, and just give you my impression of the gun from the first review, and then there will be more to come in the future. So let's go out and shoot. And one thing included in that box is this. This is a target that comes with it that shows that somebody has fired it twice in groups of 3 here and here. Presumably that was done at 25 meters. That's about 27 yards. And you can see how tight those are. That's not somebody shooting with their hands. That's with the gun stationary and some kind of device that keeps it perfectly still. But nonetheless, that's what you're looking for right there in a match pistol, that kind of grouping with the gun in one position. So it won't look like that probably in my hands from any significant distance, but we'll see what it looks like right now. As with every new gun that I get, I'm going to be walking right up to the target to shoot the first few shots, and adjusting gradually as I move back to further and further distances to make my adjustments very gradual, rather than trying to go way back here and determine what I'm doing from way back away from the target. So right up on the target to start with, and then I'll move back a little bit. Well, those are all going through the same hole. That's really what I'm looking for there. So I'm going to put up another sticky note. I don't think I need to adjust the sights or anything. This is feeling good enough to where I'm going to go ahead and move on back further and start doing some regular shooting with them. We'll put another sticky note up and try from back about 20 feet or so. Okay, I've backed off to about 20 feet here. By the way, I've started this off with Browning 124 grain full metal jacket ammo. I've got some others over here, different brands, same weight, and then some lighter 115 grain that I'll be trying it with. But for right now, I'm using Browning 124 grain full metal jacket. I'm back at about 20 feet now. Obviously the gun's capable of a lot more than I am, but I'm really happy with that right there. It's got an extraordinary trigger. Gun feels great in my hand. Sight radius is good. The sights are clear. The front fiber optic sight is very helpful. This is really promising so far. Now from back just a little further than that, I'm gonna try a couple of headshots here, so we'll see what happens. Back about another 5 feet. Up above the paper. On. Nice. Up above the paper. On. Well, they all hit the head, but 3 out of 4 of them are in that sticky note, so that's what I was looking for. That one went high. It was just a flyer on my part, but this is where it's what counts right here. For a defensive pistol, it's big, but if it was something you wanted to carry, this shows really promising results. Okay, excuse me for squinting. The sun has come up over the berm. I'm getting hit right in the face with it. But what I'm going to be doing is shooting at these Dirty Bird targets down there at 45 feet. I'm going to see if I need to make any kind of sight adjustment or anything, because it is an adjustable sight. The rear up and down, back and forth. So I'm going to check here. 45 to 50 feet is about as far as I ever practice with any pistol. That's for me, because I use them for self-defense. And you have to consider that if you're considering a gun of any kind, what kind of adjustments you're going to need to make, but make them for the distances that you're likely to shoot and that you're going to be practicing with. So 45, 50 feet is about as far back as I get from anything, other than times when I'm just seeing what I can hit. But practice, ongoing practice, is these distances right here. So we'll see if I need to make any adjustments to get on target here at about 45 feet. Well, came out pretty good for 45 feet away. I'm pretty happy with that. If you're like me, I'm using regular shooting glasses here. There's no magnification in them. I have to use reading glasses to see things this far, so I'm getting a blurred sight picture when I'm doing this, but still, this is all good right here. For self-defense ranges, 45 feet out, 45 to 50 feet out, that will work for me with this gun. More practice, people practice, I can get my reading glasses on and probably really pin it down and get things closer with a few of them, but I'm very happy with that from where I'm standing back there and with this being a new gun. So now that I've determined that I can actually hit a target from 45 feet back here, and I did make a two-click adjustment in the rear sight to get it up a little bit. I'm going to move in close now and see how that adjustment affected that at closer distances. Hopefully it won't affect it much, because what I'm trying to find is a balance between these close distances and 45 feet where in a tactical situation or a self-defense situation I'd be able to effectively use the gun. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I am on target. This is just the oddity of having a new gun, and first of all, these shots over here were low, so I backed up there a little bit. I adjusted my grip just a little bit, and I adjusted my sight placement, and you can see what that did right there. So it's on target, either close up 15-20 feet or back to 45 feet. It's on target now. So now what I'm going to do is have a little bit of fun. I'm going to shoot some steel. I'll put the camera in close, one of the cameras in close on me, so just so you can see the gun function. Let me just show you the gun here. It is clear, there's no magazine in it. Just show you the gun up close here. Hopefully you can see that okay. There's no problem with the camera. See the cutouts in the slide, the fiber optic front sight, the blue trigger. I know I showed you this in the box, but I'm just making sure you can see everything pretty well here. The adjustable rear sight, and serious serrations. If you're somebody who does a press check with your gun by using your front serrations, this thing has some serious serrations on the front, on the right side, and even on the left over here. There are serious serrations that you can really get a grip on it with. So all of that is in this. So far so good. Gonna have a little fun with steel. Because I'm also checking the gun for function, I've got a magazine loaded with Hornady Critical Defense, and that's not ammo, that's actually made for a long barrel gun, but it's what I had available today, and I'm just making sure, I'm just checking the gun to see about function. I've run it with two different kinds of ammo, 124 grain. I'm going to run it with these hollow points now, odd hollow points with a little polymer thing in the middle of them, but Critical Defense is what I'm going to run out of it, just out of one magazine. Then I've got a bunch of mixed 115 grain ammo over here, including some aluminum case independent. So see how it works with all of that. Here's the Hornady Critical Defense. I'd say that works pretty well. I've got a couple of different kinds of mixed ammo in these 3 magazines here. Got them all loaded. Got 2 of them loaded with Independence aluminum case, full metal jacket ammo, 115 grain, and then another brass full metal jacket, but I don't know what brand it is. So I'm going to tear into these targets here right quick, and that should be a sufficient test for this gun. In the car. That should get it done. Good test. Let's talk a little bit more about this pistol. Well, excuse the sunglasses, but it's better than squinting right into this sun that's in my face, and it's the only way I can get the camera set up to where you can get, where it doesn't blur the scene here. But that's a pretty good test of the Walther PPQ Q5 Match gun. I'm very pleased with the gun insofar as my ability to handle it. Obviously, what you get the benefit of out here is seeing me miss, and I do miss. I have to make adjustments to as I move from distances, particularly with a new gun. I've got some other guns that I've been using for 4 or 5 years now that I can make quick adjustments without adjusting my sights or doing anything differently. This is a brand new gun. It's a new kind of gun for me. It's a 5-inch barrel, fully adjustable rear sight, and match trigger in it. Feels absolutely astounding in my hand. It really is that good. Not a whole lot in guns today that is so innovative that it just strikes you, you know, that it just blows you away, because so many striker fired guns exist, so many good ones exist, and Walther makes so many good ones. This one's been around for a few years, and but with gun shortages the way they are right now, just about anywhere you go, I considered that finding a treasure when I was looking for a different kind of gun. You don't see everything I'm doing out here and don't realize a lot of times the round count that goes through, but that was almost 300 rounds that went through that gun, along with what you saw and with what I was doing behind the scenes trying to make some adjustments. But all in all, the gun itself is about as good as anything I've held in my hand. I've owned 60 handguns, I think, since 2007, and that's about as good as anything I've ever held in my hand as far as my ability to handle it and adjust, and the obvious accuracy of the gun when I do my part. Obviously, you know, I had flyers, I had rounds dropping low, I had to make adjustments, but it's not the gun, it's the shooter. And I had to make adjustments. I also changed between ammo. I went from Browning 124 grain to American Eagle 124 grain to Hornady Critical Defense, and then I went to a couple of mixed ammo in aluminum case 115 grain and some brass case 115 grain. So I was changing all of that too, trying to adjust as I went. So all of that played into it, but I also was testing the function of the gun with all that different ammo. So if I came out, which I will, and put this gun in use for my personal use, for self-defense, home defense, which is very likely after this session, I'll narrow it down to 1 or 2 types and weights of ammo and get more consistent with it. So this was a test of the gun's function, as well as how it would be, how practical it would be as a self-defense handgun, and the accuracy of it in general in my hand. Very impressed with it. You saw pretty much what I saw, and I'm happy with the gun. I'm happy with the purchase of the gun, and I will be putting up some more reviews of it and doing some follow-up, and will eventually be putting my Vortex Venom red dot on it and be doing another review with that red dot on this gun. So a lot to go and a lot to come for this gun. The Walther PPQ Q5 Match. If you're looking to do some competition shooting yourself, this would be a good one to consider, along with a number of other guns that Walther makes that have great triggers, exceptionally accurate guns, good durable guns, and good self-defense guns. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm Mark out here at the Old Fort Gun Club, Christian gun owner, and I will see you again very soon.